Hello there, this is another random waffly type vlog thing today, and you have Of Herbs and Altars to blame for this one, the lovely Dorian. If you haven't seen his What If Goth is Just a Phase video already, I will link it in the description box below. It's brilliant. He's such a great storyteller. I was sitting there laughing all the way through it. With visions of 18 and under angst-ridden goths locking themselves into their black painted bedrooms with their clown white foundation in one hand and their black eyeliner in the other hand. I'm staying like this forever, I'm staying like this forever. It was great. But it certainly set me thinking, why is it that for some of us, goth is just for now, whereas for some others, goth is forever? Now, before we get into this, there's two things. First of all, whether it's for now or forever is irrelevant. I will echo Dorian's sentiments on that. Whatever it is that you are into right now, enjoy it right now. You know, give it your all right now. And if tomorrow you change your mind, that's fine. The second thing is that it's not exclusive to the goth subculture. I see it happening a lot. Punks, hippies, skaters, emos, mods, rockers, whatever the subculture it is that you may have been attracted to in the first place. It might become a point where you're no longer part of that scene. And I was wondering, why? As you know, I haven't always been a goth. In my middle teens, one of my favourite looks was that of the Buffalo Girls. And I'll stick a picture up if you don't know what a Buffalo Girl is. And I had gone down to my mum's church to meet her because we were going out. And one of her fellow congregation looked at me up and down and turned to my mum and said, in her most condescending and patronising tone, "Oh, don't worry, dear, she'll grow out of it soon enough." Well, my mum is the last person to be judging a book by its cover, and she's not about to start with her own daughter. So she promptly gave this lady a quick dose of Matthew 7 verse 1, and we went on our way. I didn't grow out of it. If anything, I grew into it. As I've got older, I've got more goth. But I just feel that I've got more me. I have become who I am, who I was always supposed to be. So today, I step outside the door today, dressed like this. There's absolutely no doubting, yes, I'm a goth. At work, I'm very lucky. There are certain rules that I have to abide by. Bare below the elbows is one, so all the jewellery, apart from my SOS bracelet, comes off from the elbows down. My hair goes up, either in a ponytail or a half ponytail, but if I wanted to go in with this face, they wouldn't be the slightest bit worried about it. So I'm very lucky. I can present myself how I want to be. Prior to this, the job that I had was within a very conservative small c organisation, and in order to get the job I really toned it down, and I was prepared to do that because it was the job of my dreams. And then I got the job, and as my colleagues got to know me and the hierarchy got to know me, I got a little bit more way out as time went on. But right at the very beginning, I was prepared to tone it down. And I'll be honest, it was never that out there or outrageous anyway. An awful lot of my day would be spent in my managerials, albeit black, and yes, my pencil skirt was ankle length, or I'd be wearing a pair of nice smart tailored trousers. The organisation provided uniform shirts and polo shirts and stuff, which I would wear. Some of my day, quite a lot of my day, would be spent in either green or blue surgical scrubs. And then for another part of my day, I would add to that gown, cap, mask, 2 pairs of gloves, like this. Not exactly, you know, standard goth wear. And yet even fully kitted up, with everything covered except my eyes, I still had people coming up to me going, "You're a goth, aren't you?" Walking across the car park, wearing my managerials, I'd get people coming up to me going, "Oh, you're a goth, aren't you?" Well, yes, I am. I didn't feel I was looking particularly goth. So is it that people could tell that I was a goth because this is something that I am, rather than something that I do? I quite often get people coming up to me, "Oh, I love the way you look. I used to dress like that. I used to be a goth." And I'm wondering, well, why aren't you still? "Oh, you know, I got married and I grew up and I had kids and I had to kind of calm it down. I had to tone it down." Why did you? Little sis is a mum. She's had the kid. She's still alternative. She's not now, nor has she ever been a goth, but she's definitely alternative. I know guys who are still in their late 40s, early 50s, immaculately dressed mods who go out on their scooters every weekend. I know people who are still in their late 40s, early 50s, going into their 60s, leathered up, bearded bikers who go out on their bikes every weekend. It's part of who they are. I've got other friends who are 1940s from beginning to end of the day. Doesn't matter whether they're working in the garden, they're doing DIY, they're going out to work. They're immaculate 1940s all the time. It's who they are. It's a part of who they are. We as a family, hubby and sis and adopted son, quite often go off to see Gary Newman. And you can see the people who are basically there for Cars and Our Friends Electric. They dig out the black combats and the black shirt, which probably haven't been worn since the last time they went to see Gary Newman, which might have been a year plus ago. And maybe they've put on a bit of weight since then and they don't quite fit. They don't feel comfortable. They don't seem comfortable in it because it's not who they are anymore. It's a costume. The flip side to that, you've got other people like Joe the waiter, who is an older guy, who is into his alternative music, including Gary Newman, and he still dresses and looks alternative. I have noticed that there are some people who will jump from subculture to subculture to subculture. You know, there'll be a goth for a while, there'll be a metaler for a while, there'll be a hippie for a while, there'll be a bebet for a while, whatever. They're never quite comfortable within it. They never quite engage with it or encompass it. And these people are obviously clearly trying to work out who they are or trying to find their tribe, their identity by looking out rather than just going with what is in here. I know of a young man who is very, very death metal. And his primary reason for being death metal is to tick off his parents. And the more they complain about it and comment about it, the more extreme he gets. He's never been to a death metal gig in his life. He's had the opportunity to go to death metal gigs, but chooses not to go. Because the whole death metal thing is an act. It's his rebellion. That's fair enough. He'll probably will go out of that at some point. I have an acquaintance who is, in his heart, man at CNA. He is chinos and an Aran jumper and deck shoes, And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But those of us who know him know that that's who he is really. But he comes out with us and he digs out the lace up the side jeans and the Harley Davidson everything. But because a lot of his mates are alternative biker types, he feels obliged to adopt that persona. But it's not who he is. And he goes home and he takes it off and it goes back in the cupboard. And he won't wear it again until the next time he's either visited by one of us or he comes out with the group. So it occurs to me then that for those of us for whom our chosen subculture is just for now, it's not part of who they are. It's just something that they're doing right now, trying to find their tribe right now. Whereas for those of us for whom our chosen subculture is forever, or appears to be forever, seems to have had some longevity, is because it's a part of who we are. It's not what we are. Random wafflage. I'd be really interested to know your views on this. As I've said before, whether it's for now or forever, who cares? I'd just be really interested to know what you think about this. And thank you, Dorian, for setting my mind off on this train of thought. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. And until the next time, take care. Bye.